a lot of people tend to lose the essence and the integrity of the sport when it comes to just winning. I think it's important to enjoy the sport. Yes, winning is important. Everybody wants to lose, no wants to win. Nobody plays to lose. Everybody plays to win. But at the same time, you have to maintain the integrity of the sport and enjoy what you do. And just go out there, have fun. This is something again we've learned from you, playing under you, playing a lot of cricket with you and under you. That go out there, do the basics correct, do what comes naturally to you, and enjoy what you do and have fun. I mean, yes, you want to win, but do it with a smile and do it while do what you enjoy. Don't get so much into winning that you forget the integrity of the sport and you don't enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Karan and Wahab. Those are the two big cricketers that you will ever see at our level of cricket. I always keep telling this to both of them. If anybody could have played higher level of cricket or a bigger level of cricket anywhere in Mumbai, or probably I can go one step ahead and say India, who deserve to be. Had these people taken the sport seriously as a child, they deserve to be there. And in a way, there are a lot of children out there who are looking up to these two gentlemen and trying to follow cricket and trying to be like them. Trust me, there's a lot of hard work these two gentlemen do as cricketers and as sportsmen. So kudos to these two guys.
Again, thank you for those kind words. But there's something that all of us together have started, which I would like to take this opportunity to mention to everybody, that young underprivileged children who have the talent but for some reason are not being able to afford the gear that you need to play the sport. We at UCB and we in general, United 11, do adopt kids who are underprivileged to play the sport, not only cricket but sports in general. So anything that we can help with as far as the sports industry and fraternity is concerned, our doors and arms are always open.
Thank you. That's a wonderful gesture. That's coming from the two gentlemen, the SARS of cricket, if I've said it right.
Before we go, Wahab and me have played so much of cricket together, but we've never been in the same underarm cricket team till today.
Look, hopefully, I heard there is an announcement that Fairmont Falcons will be participating in
season
UCB.
2.
So I'm sure, RF Chunawala will not let go of the two of you all. Fahim, if there's some way he can get Zamir into play as well. So ideally, that is a combination he would look for. Fahim, Wahab, Karan Tandon and Zamir playing together with Arif.
Absolutely.
That will be a killer combination.
That is one team I'd love to be a part of.
Dream team.
And like I said, we haven't played in the same team together ever in underarm tournament. Maybe this will be the first.
Wonderful. So that was those kind words from these two gentlemen out there. Coming back to the game, guys. 1 over's already done. We've got 7 runs on the board. So Shrishti Lions.
It is the business end of the tournament, Akibai. Both teams have to make sure they win because Lashkar-e Platinum have played 6 matches, won just 2. They have 3 matches, including this one. So they need to win all of them to sort of put them in a good spot to qualify for the top 4. Shrishti Lions, again, both exceptionally good teams but have not been able to come together and, get those wins. So both teams have everything to play for. Every match from now on is so important because every win can get you closer to that top spot.
Look at Abu taking that run. Brilliant running. Is that a 3? Yes, he's got a 3. Wonderful running, Karan. That is brilliant running by Abu.
See, this is how much the sport means to everybody. He just giving his all. I mean, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant effort. Look at cricket all around.
Karan, a 2 is difficult over here. They've managed to get 3. This is what I was talking about when the announcement was made regarding Fairmont Falcons coming into play season 2. The likes of Wahab Barudgar on the field and taking those 3s and 4s will be a possibility, or people to watch out what fitness is all about. Some good clean hitting. We've seen you do that over time and time again. You've done that, hitting 6 sixes on the trot. It's a feat which is not going to be repeated very easily. Well, I can, I'm ready to take any bet on that, where anyone trying to repeat that. 6 sixes, any format is something, something very difficult to do. And you've done it in the past. So we'll get to see a lot more good cricket in October, Karan.
Absolutely, Akibai. And, thank you again for those kind words. for me and for Wahab and for our team. But even the current set of players that are playing this tournament, I think it's the competition and the level of cricket that is being played is so high. Look at the teams. Almost every match has gone down to the wire.
Thank you, Mary Jaan. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, bhai. How's your hand?
Almost every team, every match has gone down to the wire. Out of there at match number 35, if my calculation is correct, maybe 2 or 3 matches have been a one-sided affair. Otherwise, every match has gone down to last over, last ball, second last over, second last ball of the match. So it's a very closely fought competition.
You see the level of, as you kept saying, you've said it earlier as well, the level of players, the kind of players that are participating are tremendous. We've seen Imran Lashkaria, Wasim Lashkaria play in, tournaments. Look at that. Look at that catch, Karan. This is what I'm talking about.
Brilliant.
It is just too high, the kind of cricketers that we're seeing today. So there are too many new superstars being, who have come up now.
And you need that because, you need new talent. You had the Tendulkars, you had the Dravids, you had the Gangulis. Yes, everybody has their time. You had the MS Dhonis and Harbhajan Singhs and the Yuvraj Singhs. And then now you have the Virat Kohli. It's just Virat Kohli and there's nobody else at the moment.
So are you trying to say that you and Wahab are the MSDs and Sachin Tendulkars? No. I will not accept that statement from you because it's been 9 to 10 years that we've been playing together. We've been together for at least 10 years, and the level of cricket coming from the two of you has just improved every day. You'll just keep getting better. So yes, you will find new kids on the block, but the kind of talent the two of you all possess is something that I have yet to see at the level that we are playing.
Thank you again, Aki bhai. Like I said, and I don't just say this for the sake of saying it, but I say this because it is absolutely the truth. I know a lot of people watching it might probably think that I keep saying this repeatedly because it sounds good to say, but I'm saying it and I mean it, and Wahab will vouch for what I say, that yes, we fortunately have the talent and we do play the sport a little better than a few people. But yes, the temperament that's required was something both of us did lack, which has come into place again with playing under U4 United 11.
Thank you, brother.
So apart from you could have the best, you could have talent, you could be exceptionally good, but if you don't have the temperament to handle it, you will not get anywhere. You need somebody like a Akbar Khan to sober you down, to put that talent and energy into the right direction and channel. So that is very important.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. So Wasim, Karan, coming back to the game, Wasim taking the ball, bowling the third over. Do you think 14 runs scored so far is good enough in 2 overs, or they need to really go up the tempo now and get to a bigger total, looking at the kind of batting Lashkaria possess?
I think they're at a decent spot of the match, but a lot of runs that they've got have come in the form of extras, and again, Wasim bowling an extra. But I've noticed that a lot of teams play a lot of predetermined strokes. Like even the last match that Mumbai Monarchs lost, I don't think they got off to a great start. Always is a brilliant player and I'll never take anything away from him. But I think he's been a little out of sorts in this tournament with his bat. And it showed today. He was playing premeditated strokes. That's something you're not used to him do. You used to see him play his natural free-flowing cricket. He hits the ball as hard as you can find anybody to hit. So he's a hard hitter. Today he was playing predetermined paddle sweeps, about 4 or 5 dot balls, which is very, very rare for a player of his caliber. It's just the pressure of performing that's probably got into him.
True, I believe and I accept what you're trying to say. It's absolutely right. You need to play your natural game. Do not deviate from your natural talent. Yes, you can improvise. You can put in a little bit of effort, time and effort to improvise on your game, but do not deviate from your natural game. Coming back to your natural game, look at a shot that MSD has brought into international level, a helicopter shot. Who would have ever thought when the playing days of Sachin Tendulkar or Sunil Gavaskar prior to him, or the likes of Viv Richards, where would you think of a shot like a helicopter shot? I understand that, but even to the even for him to come up with a shot like that, I'm sure there must have been a whole lot of effort and time that he's put into to get to perfect that shot. So whatever level of sports that you're playing, you have to give yourself that much of time to practice and better yourself as a cricketer or as a sports person.
Absolutely, I completely agree that, like we were discussing the other day, the switch hit, the helicopter shot, shots that AB de Villiers plays, Maxwell plays, probably David Warner plays. Yeah, they're different, but you see they pull that out of the book only when they are set confident of the fact that they're going to be able to execute that. There's no point doing something that you can't do or you're not good at. If you're good at a particular style of play, play that style of play. Why do you want to be like somebody else? Make your own mark. Make your own, your own niche. Where it's you. Why do you want to be like somebody else? Have your own identity.
True, I've seen, we've played a lot of season ball, hard ball cricket together. Uh, Even when it comes to batting, a lot of people in our team generally tend to play with a straight bat. Get the hang of it. Get used to playing. Get your feet moving. Get in rhythm, and then probably you can try and innovate and try and experiment with the kind of shots that you want to play. But looking at this format, such a short format, do you think that applies? The same format applies here as well?
See, it is a very short format. It's 48 balls. You have 10 batsmen. You can't expect to take a over or 2 overs, maybe 8 to 10 balls to get set. That's not going to happen. I mean, you have to play the format the way it's supposed to be played. Having said that, you can't come out, face the first ball, and expect it to go for six every single time. I mean, it will happen on a one-off day. It's not going to happen every day. No matter who you are, it's not going to happen every day. And like you always say, cricket is a sport that a lot of it is played in the mind. Yes, you do need to practice. Do need to be fit. You do need to do other things that come with it. But it's a lot that is played in the mind. You have to feel confident, positive about yourself, have the self-belief, and then you can go and achieve anything. If you don't believe in your own abilities, it's not going to show with the bat or ball.
Well said, Karan. Very well said. Look, they're doing it in singles. They're not ready to take any risk. They're in 3.2, 3.3, 24 for one. Do you think, in a format like this, you need to preserve your wickets, or you can, one of the two can try and attack right from the start?
I think one of the two have to all times be looking for the big hits. I mean, yes, you might get out, waste one ball, but if the one of that works, you're getting six or a four. So yes, one of the batsmen at all times has to be in an attacking mode, because you have 10 wickets and you have 48 balls. 10 wickets is a lot of wickets. And a lot of teams I've noticed, and batsmen also I've noticed, tend to wait for the last over to start getting aggressive. I mean, you can't leave it for too late. Yes, like a Kavish did it that day. He did it exceptionally well. But then it's a Kavish. Not everybody's a Kavish. I mean, he's a batsman who can hit those boundaries at will. So if he's taking his time, letting the others take the risk, and he knows he can hit a boundary if and when he wants. So I understand, but not everybody can do that. So like you rightly said, if it's a batting pair, one of them has to look to be aggressive at every opportunity that he gets. I'm not saying it every ball. A good ball has to be respected irrespective of the format of the game. If it's a good ball, it is a good ball. You can't do anything about it. But if the ball is there to hit, you have to take advantage of the opportunity when it presents itself to you in any format of the game.
Yeah, because I have seen over here a lot of batsmen out there, even on a full toss, a juicy full toss, they have played it down, they've played a single. Well, there are boards out there for you to try and, get the maximum 8 runs. You got to do that. A little aggression in sport is always good, a controlled aggression, as I believe in. So yes, I have seen people just taking singles even on a full toss.
Absolutely. Like we've played a lot of cricket, we've seen a lot of cricket, we've probably heard a lot of experts say it on TV as well. If you get out playing a stroke or playing your favorite stroke that comes naturally to you, it's okay. You rather get out doing what comes naturally to you than doing something unnatural. And we've heard a lot of experts on TV say that to you. So if you think you're good at hitting an inside-out shot, hit it. You'll get out once. But 9 out of 10 times you will not get out because you're good at it. It comes naturally to you. But I don't know. I just don't understand why a lot of teams are waiting and keeping it for the end, and you know, just 55 for two, 8 overs.
True.
What's the point? You have 8 wickets. What's the point?
We haven't seen current. We haven't seen a lot of big scores except for today we saw 96. We saw an 88 and a 76 odd from
Yeah,
Shreen.
it's just three.
Just three out of the 35 odd matches. The rest of the scores have been just below power, 50 and just around 50. Average score has been 50. So, that means you are absolutely right. People are just not ready to play the natural game. They're curbing their natural instincts of playing aggressive cricket. So people need to, especially coming to the fag end of the tournament, people need to try and get a little more aggressive.
Absolutely, they need to. They need to get a little more aggressive. I mean, and like you were discussing when Atif was here about the power play in the fifth over. Yeah, I completely agree with you. And when we played a tournament together in a while back, we did it as well, and we sort of started a trend. Because what do you have to lose? You have 96 to chase. When are you going to go after it? You've got the double trouble over that gives you double the runs. You've got one fielder less on the boundary. So even if it's a marginally well connected shot straight over the bowler's head, you're going to get the maximum value for your runs.
True. But see, this is what innovation is all about. I mean, you need to. It's not about just your style of play.
Oh, what a
It is
ball.
also. It is also. Mentally how you want to try and innovate and try and get something out of a situation that you are in. So, a lot of experts say that cricket is not only a sport that has been played, on the field, physically played. It's mentally as well. When you're chasing a target, you know how many runs you need to get in an over. Where are your spots where you can take twos? If you look at this tournament, behind the stumps or maybe square behind, backward square, there is a place where you can take two. And there are a lot of very good batsmen who can play that late cut or played absolutely late behind and get those twos towards the leg side. You can. So people have just not been thinking hard enough, and they're just going out there either to just dab the ball and take the single, or try to hit that boundary. So you can get twos as well. That is the reason I'm saying, come for October, I'm looking forward. For you, Wahab, or a Fahim Batliwala, or Zamir, RF Chunawala to be a part of this league. Because a lot of cricket, the way you guys play cricket, you all can steal singles easily. You all see the strength of each fielder and you'll place the ball accordingly. So it's all about that. It's not just physically there. Mentally, how good you are in assessing a situation.
Absolutely, Akiba. And as far as the running is concerned, like you mentioned, Fahim and Wahab running together, that's going to be a treat to watch.
It's a dream come true to watch these two guys run together.
So at the end of the fifth over, the double trouble over was just over bowled by Zaid from Lashkar-e Platinum 11. The double trouble over sponsored by Natraj Hospitality Bar and Grill. 37 for the loss of 1 wicket. 3 overs remain for Shrishti Lions. Let's see what they can get. They still have Kunnu to come, the most expensive player of UCB, still to fire with the bat. So 5.2, 38 for the loss of 1 wicket. Easy single. Not out, says the umpire. Not out. Loud appeal. Not out. So a slight discussion. We'll have to wait and watch. Umpire says not out. Are they going to take a review? We'll have to wait and watch. No, no review. So good over, but now a wide conceded. Oh, put down, but redeems himself with a run out. Good fielding, good fielding. It hard to him. Now walks in Hitesh Dua.
Well, we haven't seen the like of Kunu as yet, Karan.
Notice this about another strategy. I mean, again, I don't want to come across like somebody who's only cribbing and complaining, but Kunu is the most expensive player of the tournament, and it's the sixth over. You have 12 balls remaining. I mean, if you're gonna pay that kind of virtual points for a player and not use him, what's the point? You have 12 deliveries remaining. A wicket has fallen, and Kunu is still not out.
You also need to give your best batsman as much time as possible out there, playing. Give him as many deliveries as possible.
Absolutely, and I've seen that with 11 Indians as well. They don't give. Zamir comes in at the last ball, last 3 balls,
They have Sadat and Zamir both in the team.
last 2 overs, or he comes in at a time where the team has lost 7 wickets.
Yeah,
I mean, again, using the talent at your disposal is so important. So 7th over, Kazim will bowl, and power play taken by Srishti Lions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Karan Tandon and Akibhai Akbar Khan were in the commentary box earlier. This is yours truly, Sohail, back in the commentary box. As you've all noticed, Mumbai Monarchs' winning streak got ended. A full stop was put on their winning streak by Pan Warriors. We have Lashkar-e Platinum 11 versus Shrishti Lions. The Lions are trying to roar as they bat in the first inning. A very good shot by Hitesh Dua. Good running between the wickets. "41 runs for 2 wickets. Third ball of the second last over. Good collection of the ball and a very showcase of a very potent fielding side by Zaid Chunawala. Lashkar-e Platinums making it a bit difficult for Shrishti Lions to roar the way they want and take runs accordingly. Good fielding, good throw, good collection. If the ball would have come visiting the wicket keeper, this would have been a successful wicket by Lashkar-e Platinums, but unfortunately the ball was delivered on the bowler's end, or rather the non-striker's end. Yet another big hit by Hitesh Dua, and that goes for a 6. "48 for 2. This is the last over. Vishal is going to bowl the last over. The sport of underarm cricket and the people participating and preaching or practicing rather this sport as a religion have come a very long way. For example, Vishal, who is ready to bowl the last over, I've seen him and so many other players with no fancy jerseys, no fancy turf, just a cemented tennis court, and matches after matches after matches, on weekends after weekends after weekends. That is how they've, should I say, baptized by fire kind of a situation with these guys. They know exactly how to play, what to do, when to do, and how to do it. So here he goes, Vishal. That's what I've said every time. A tempting bowling delivery towards a big hitting batsman either results in a big hit or wicket. Curtains down for yet another batsman from Shrishti Lions. Yet another lion gets caged. 3 wickets gone. 54 runs. Second ball of the last over. The Lions have been able to stack up quite a respectable 54. And on the lower side, and on not that an optimistic side, I think they would easily score a total of 60-65 runs. And that's a big hit by Hitesh Dua again, proving why he is one of the most potent weapons, along with Kunu, in the arsenal of Shrishti Lions. That takes their score up to 62 for 3 wickets. Sunny on the boundary, yet another extremely favorite player of mine. That's a hard hit. And this time, this Lashkar-e Platinum player does not miss it. He takes the catch. No fancy stuff, no one-hand catches. They want this wicket and they have taken it. Kunnu. Kunnu walks in. Station currently at the non-striker's end. And we have Dua on the striker's end. Curtains down for Dua as he goes for that big shot. Ball out of the boundary. Personally, I feel Kunnu's come in quite late. Had he and Dua had that lion kind of a combo a bit earlier in the match, they would have stacked up a much, a much heavier run total. But I am no one to comment. Abu, the Shrishti Lions captain, must have had some strategy in his mind. Mustaqeen, one of the most jolliest people that I've met, gets out at the last delivery of the last over. Second inning commences. The Lions now expect to roar as they field. And the Platinum 11s will bat now. Let's see what strategy they have in store. We have Shrishti Lions, the Lions strategizing, cheering each other up, and seeing how best can they defend this total of 62, because Lashkaria Platinum now needs 63 runs out of 48 legal deliveries to win this match. A very, should I say, comfortable and very feasible kind of a climate today. It's not all that humid. We, the commentators, are standing and speaking very comfortably as compared to other days when just speaking was an effort and we would sweat as much as the players did. Very nice, cool summer evening. And an amazing championship, or should I say league, matches organized by the United Cricket Bash and the entire team, the entire managing team of the United Cricket Bash, including the Chunawala trio, Arif, Farooq and Samir. Also another very prominent part of Fairmont Constructions, Mr. Samir Chamaria. We have Karan Tandon and Wahab Barudgar. And all of these collectively, oh, I'm so sorry, and how could I forget to mention my favorite and the very flamboyant Mr. Fahim Batliwala. All these guys have combined their mights and their minds and brought the United Cricket Bash to where it is right now. The owners, the brothers, Wasim and Imran, are the two opening batsmen. Looking quite positive. Look at their body language. They're discussing amongst themselves, strategizing. And planning and wishfully thinking to win this match.
So 63 the target for team Lashkar-e Platinum 11 to get. Both the brothers Imran and Wasim will open the batting. First over, mandatory power play. Let's wait and watch. Difficult chance goes past Amit. So the Lashkar-e brothers opening the batting for team Lashkar-e Platinum 11. Wasim on strike with him, his younger brother Imran. Hitesh Dua opening the bowling. Right up in the block. Oh, risky run. Didn't collect cleanly. So Sunil, who do you think is the favourite for this match? As I say that, the younger brother Imran departs bold. Still, who do you think is...
Karan, before I answer your question, I found something something very weird with Shrishti Lions today. I think they should have sent Hitesh and Kunnu to do their batting quite higher up in the order rather than,
I completely agree with you, because that is something I was saying and discussing with Akibai as well. You've spent the maximum virtual points on a player for a reason, and if you're not going to give him the time out in the middle to go out and prove his worth, what was the point of spending that kind of virtual points on him? The second wicket fell in the sixth at the end of the fifth over, and they sent somebody else, and Kunnu wasn't out. What's the point of having Kunnu if he's not going to make him bat? Unless he's been bought to bowl and to field. Bowl, I don't think so. To field, yeah, but I wouldn't pay that kind of virtual points for a fielder.
I completely agree with you, Karan, and had it been the other way around, I think Lashkar-e Platinum 11 would have been chasing a much higher and a more Herculean score than what they're doing right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the end of over number 1, 4 for the loss of 1 wicket. Team Lashkar-e Platinum 11 chasing 63. Zaid has replaced Imran, and talking about Kunnu, the most expensive player of UCB, he now has the ball.
When you come at that kind of an expense, and when there is, when your hype precedes your presence, there's a lot riding on your shoulder and a lot of expectations that people have from you.
Absolutely, and see, it's absolutely justified for that to happen, because, I mean, the reason why a team owner has paid that kind of virtual points for you is because you've obviously proved that you can deliver.
Yeah.
And as a big player, if you're not going to be able to handle that pressure, then I'm sorry, but I don't think you are a big player.
I completely...
I mean, this is sorry to interrupt, but this is only UCB. Can you imagine the kind of pressure our international players walk out on? More than 1 billion people watching them and 1 billion expectations.
Absolutely, and each one of them, even be it the 11th person, has a fan following of some sort.
So yes, as a big player, you have to go out there and perform more than you feel.
So coming back to the very first question that you asked me, I'm so sorry, I just, deviated the topic because I had something on top of my head and I wanted to address that. I feel, looking at the past performance of Shrishti Lions, they are, I won't say average, but an above average fielding side. And this, no judgment about Lashkar-e Platinum 11, but this is the kind of a platform and an opportunity for Lashkar-e Platinum 11 to prove their mettle.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more, because they have not been able to perform to their full potential in the tournament so far. We have reached the business end of the tournament, where every match, win or lose, matters a lot to your qualifying chances of you finishing in the top 4. So yes, this is a very, very important match for both teams. There again, full toss ball, only a single.
Just on a side note, the favorites played the previous match, Mumbai Monarchs, and we were discussing that, and the kind of a performance that they displayed was something that was not expected from a team like them.
Absolutely, but it's a good wake up call, and it's come at the right time for them because a wake up call like that in the knockout stages could be a disaster. You could have one bad day and it's curtains for your tournament. You could have won all the league matches and it means nothing. So it's a good thing that the wake up call came at a time where they can afford this one loss.
Absolutely, Karan. And what I personally feel is we are all humans, and when you have such a massive winning streak, some amount of overconfidence seeps in, and this kind of a reality check is very much required.
Absolutely, absolutely, and luckily for them, they can afford the luxury of losing a match, and it's happened in the group stages, the
Yes.
league stages, and not at the time of an eliminator.
True, and that's the reason why they're still smiling and hope they walk away with a good lesson today.
I'm sure I spoke to a couple of their players. A couple of their players are really good friends, and all of the experienced players do believe that this wake-up call was needed, and this will just make them come back stronger.
Absolutely. And what is your feedback or comment as far as the first match was concerned when the highest score in the UCB history as of the 96?
Absolutely.
I've seen Isla Mumbai perform. They're a very formidable side, but they aren't performing up to their full potential this time.
Absolutely not. I mean, they are way better than what the results of this tournament show. Way better. They've just not been able to come together as a team this tournament. They are a way better side than what has been displayed to everybody at UCB. And I can assure you one thing about them as a team. Yes, they've not had a great tournament, but come season 2, they will bounce back super, super strong.
That is
Dead
what we
ball
all
call
hope.
by
That is
the
all
umpire.
all of us pray, and that is all of what we all expect. As we approach the business end of this tournament, if you've noticed, the intensity of challenging appeals and appeals have also gone up.
Absolutely. It is that time of the tournament. Every single run, every single decision, all of that matters a lot. So it is that time of the tournament. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. Big wicket. Big wicket.
Lovely ball, a big wicket, releases some tension and stress on the side of these Lions. 12 runs and 2 wickets. I don't know what is this doing to the psyche of Lashkaria Platinums. But they are one side to look out for, and they definitely bounce back. But Shrishti Lions, like I mentioned, and like we were having a conversation I was having a conversation earlier with Karan. An above average fielding side. Sunny, number 10, on the striker's end. A little trivia about Sunny. Sunny is one of those players who eats, breathes, sleeps, and lives cricket. When I met Sunny 2 years back, every day after he packed up from his work, He would go home, freshen up, and then go to various turfs, equipped with his bat, and play with strangers and friends. And his only intention was to spend the evening playing cricket. That is how passionate Sunny is, and that is what shows in the way he handles the game, the way he handles the pressure, the way he plays. And two quite formidable players from the Lashkar-e Platinum 11 side. Batting, Zaid Chunawala on the strikers end and Sunny on the non-strikers end. That's a lovely stroke. Lovely running between the wickets. That Mission Impossible Tom Cruise sliding all over the floor kind of finish is a signature trademark. Or should I say signature? Or either signature or trademark of Sunny. Lashkar-e Platinum cheering up their batsmen. Dead ball given.
Straight to the fielder, easy single. So Sunny's come out and already hit a boundary.
Yeah, in your absence in the commentary box, I was just sharing a little bit of trivia with the audience. That Sunny is one of those players who eats, lives, breathes, drinks.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's playing some sort of cricket every single day of the week.
So the trivia is this, and the story goes like this: that Sunny used to finish off his work on the weekdays, come back home, freshen up, take his bat, and go to any and every possible turf round and
Absolutely.
play with strangers and friends just for the passion of the game.
Absolutely. He's the most passionate cricketer you will find in this tournament. He's playing every single day of the week.
A little bit of teasing, a little bit of sledging, without which cricket is not the kind of a sport that we would like it to be. You know, a little bit of distraction here and there. It's lovely to watch this camaraderie, this good atmosphere around in the ground. Abu has now taken up the wicketkeeper's role. And Sunny and Zaid are coordinating very well. You know, setting up a textbook kind of an example of how two batsmen should coordinate and have this long and good run between the wickets.
Should we apologize to Rahul? Huh?
Yet another misfield, and that yields to another run. Some good running between the wickets by Sunny and Zaid, keeping their tempers low, putting their heads properly on the shoulders, being committed and going in for those runs. I think Zaid and Sunny are setting a very good example of communicating with each other and successfully running between the wickets.
Absolutely, and they're in a good position as far as the score is concerned as well. So at the end of 4 overs, 25 for 2. Coming up, the double trouble over, sponsored by Natraj Hospitality Bar and Grill. Every run scored is doubled in case of a wicket, -5.
And like how I have pet named it as a double-edged sword, it can swing on both the sides. Depends who benefits out of it. The commencement of the 5th over is a very cliched kind of a strategy over wherein people decide, as in the teams decide, the batsmen decide, the bowlers decide. And there's one very important thing, guys, I would like to point out, is that when a bowler comes to bowl the 5th over, that directly, indirectly shows the trust of the team and the captain in that bowler. So let's see who takes up the reins of Shrishti Lions in the 5th over, the double trouble over, sponsored by Natraj Hospitality Bar and Grill.
So the 5th over, the double trouble over, every run scored is doubled in case of a wicket, -5. The captain and owner, Abu, will take responsibility.
You know, I was just discussing with the audience that the person who comes to bowl, the 5th over is the person whom the team and the captain trusts the most, directly, indirectly. And
Absolutely, they have to trust the player the most because it is the 5th over.
but I apologize in advance, but I think this is kind of a very narcissist kind of a situation when the captain comes in himself.
Oh, what a
That's
shot! The
lovely
double
shot.
trouble over. He's hit a 6, which means it results in 12. What a shot!
That's a
What
lovely
a shot.
by Sunny. Totally committed to that shot. And
It is the double trouble over.
over.
Every run you score is doubled. He just hit a 6, so that has resulted in 12 of one ball. What a shot. And now doing it sensibly in singles and doubles. Brilliant running. Brilliant running.
Running between the wickets.
And brilliant cricket. That's very good cricket.
And
so
like we were discussing a few
Again,
minutes back.
let me do the math correct if I'm not mistaken. 12 and 4, 16. Did they get a double before this as well? 20, so 22 runs of the over.
22 runs of the over, KT, up till now.
Again down the track, hit hard. What an over this has turned out to be for Lashkar-e Platinum 11. What an over, the game-changing over. This has just turned the tides in favor of Lashkar-e Platinum 11. What an over for them.
Sensible cricket.
So 45 at the end of 5 overs. 63 is the target, so that's 18 if my math serves me correct.
Absolutely, Karan, and
18 balls, 18 runs to get, 8 wickets in hand. What an over this has been for Team Lashkar-e Platinum 11. What an over.
and like you correctly said, it's turned the tides in the favor of Lashkar-e Platinum 11. The confidence by which Sunny and Zaid have played and taken those singles in the 4th over, turned the tides around the 5th over.
That's 6, that's 6, that's 6
That's
where you
a
get
hard-hitting shot.
12 runs of one ball is massive. Brilliant, 18 of 18.
'18 of 18 KT, and now the responsibility squarely. They've got 8 wickets though, but you know the way they're performing, The team is expecting Sunny and Zaid to finish it off in style.
Absolutely. I think Sunny needs to now take the responsibility to finish the match. He needs to take responsibility and be there till the very end and make sure his team get home and get over the line.
And I'm sure he is, with the kind of experience behind him, he is very much capable of doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can see the pressure showing a little bit on the Srishti line players now. You know, the fielders being moved around, not sure where to be standing, the bowler. So the pressure is showing that over, that one over. Reverse sweep played fine, just a single. This time Zaid trying a reverse sweep. Why? Why? I don't get it. They've been playing straight bat shots brilliantly well. Why try something?
This is where things go wrong. You know, we've been seeing it in.
Oh, six! This time Zaid down the track. Six.
This is what I was trying to tell you, Karan, and then another incident added up to it. People try to experiment and take risk when it is not required. Like Zaid was doing a reverse sweep right now.
When you
and
can
that-
do this, why?
he can
Why?
do this. And that gentleman tried to take a one-handed catch wherein he could have utilized both the hands, and it would have been curtains down for Zaid. So
Absolutely. I mean, when you can do this, why you want to risk one run? Yeah, do that. You can do this all day. Why would you risk it with a reverse sweep? And rightly said, the gentleman at the boundary should have first made sure he gets to the ball, catches it, and then think of the spectacular.
yes, absolutely.
Oh, now that was 10 runs to get, 13 balls to go. So end of over number 6, 54 for 3. 9 runs to get, 2 overs to get them in.
Strategy time over. The Platinum 11s walk back into the dugout, leaving Kazim or Kazim, how you pronounce it, and Zaid back on the crease. So dot ball to start. Hit hard, hit hard. Single.
7 more to get. Five more to get. 5 more to get. Some great running by Zaid.
This turning out to be quite a entertaining match rather than interesting match. Oh,
Difficult, very difficult. So I think that's 59 at the end of 7 overs. 4 runs to get, 6 balls to go.
4 runs to get, 6 balls to go. Players are being pampered as if they're some kind of international stars because they know that this responsibility rides on these guys, and if they take it out smoothly, then they are definitely going to be the match makers or match winners of this match.
The entire team is out from the dugout.
वसीम वसीम भाई कैप्टन पूरी टीम क्या कर रही है बात में पागल हो गया वसीम हर बात में बहस मत किया कर यार
So the last over. And 4 runs to get in it. Zaid, who's been the star for Team Lashkar-e Platinum this evening, on strike.
अमित बॉलर्स नेम अमित बॉलर नेम
And Arjun will bowl over number 8. Let's see if he can defend 4. If he does, it's going to be 1 feat accomplished. Zaid on strike. Full toss in the gap. 1D, they wouldn't mind that. Zaid remains on strike. Oh, what running, what running, what running. What running, what
Zaid is
running.
taking the standards of running between the wickets to different level altogether. And I'm like just smiling and laughing because this is turning out to be so amazing and entertaining.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, giving his life. So what an innings by Zaid, what an innings by Zaid. Brilliantly well played, brilliantly well played.
Brilliantly played by Zaid.
And Team Lashkar-e Platinum winners.
मैन ऑफ द मैच बता जल्दी द मैच विशाल 4 विकेट लिया है और सनी ने 6 मारे मैन ऑफ द मैच कौन है विशाल विशाल 4